Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to the Talos Principle. And today we are back in World A with an axe, because there's a bunch of pallets right here. So, in each of the worlds, there is at least one messenger island, and we are going to be tackling all of them today, because I hate to keep you guys waiting, so I figured why not do all of them in a single video. There's gonna be a little bit of splicing up now and then, so that way we can get certain parts out of the way, parts which are entirely pointless to show off, but you'll see what that means in a minute.
It's nice and tranquil up here. It's kind of like digital heaven. I always found heaven kind of boring. All the interesting people end up in hell. Anyway, try not to break anything while you're here. I'm gonna go take a nap.
And in my personal opinion, the Messenger Islands are probably some of the best spots in the entire game. They look really, really nice, for one thing. They have the best music in the game, I also feel. I think this name of this song, I think it's called, like, Heavenly Clouds. Go listen to it for a while, because it's pretty amazing. You probably won't be able to hear much of it right now, because I had to slightly lower the sound a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's due to either my microphone just being sort of my microphone really just degrading over time, or if it's because the waterfall sounds in these areas can be extremely loud if you're anywhere nearby them, and it's it's a tad bit annoying, but sadly there's not much I can do about that. There's more sigil puzzles! Yeah! The most fun parts in the game. Like, I don't mind sigil puzzles, but oh my god, some of these get truly redonkulous after a while. If you want my opinion on how you should tackle these, I can't really offer much advice other than, maybe just do it yourself, because while some of them can drag on for quite a while, admittedly, it's a lot more satisfying to accomplish them by yourself without any assistance from a walkthrough. I mean, if you're gonna watch this walkthrough, then, that's a fair point. If you're stuck, then I am here to help you as much as I can. But my main point being, as with most of this game, it is a puzzle game, so you're probably better off trying to figure out most of the stuff in the game already. But if you need to unlock one of the messengers who will give you hints on most puzzles, not all of them, but most of them, then welcome to the video, because this is pretty much going to be explaining as much as I possibly can. The way I have things set up right now, too, I guess this is important to point out as well. I pretty much drew a small grid on these little pieces of paper to show me how each and every puzzle is done. I didn't bother looking up any walkthroughs, I decided to do this on my own. It took a while, especially with one particular puzzle, which you will have a chance to see later on. I like to refer to that one as pure misery. But let's not worry about that now. Instead, we are just going to worry about completing these puzzles. And I'm being a tad bit slow on these because I'm trying to look back and forth between what my little notes say and what I have on the computer screen, which is the Talos Principle, because sometimes my head can get a little bit lost of what I'm trying to follow. What we're doing with all these domes right now, you might be wondering, is that we need to collect a whole bunch of pieces in order to access that island over there. Another floating island, which is not too far away from us, thankfully. But these are all puzzles which must be completed in order to continue, otherwise we're just not gonna get any hints for puzzles which we've already completed. If you're going after the Messenger Islands last, then it's purely for the sake of completion. If you've already gotten sick of trying to figure out puzzles on your own and you need help without watching any of my other videos on this game, then this is pretty much where you're going to benefit the most. And I'm pretty sure I'm just going to the point where I'm repeating myself, so I might probably just kind of cut to where I'm all done with this stuff, and then you'll get a chance to see how each puzzle is solved. And if not, then that was lazy on my part and the video is probably still going. But I'm gonna continue solving puzzles and you'll get a chance to see all of them. There we go. That's the final object which we require unlocking. So, with these objects in mind, first of all we need to power this fan, which is without a fan piece. Next up, we need to go pick up the actual fan piece, which we unlocked previously. and place it like so. And finally, you need to make a single connection across both islands, which starts from this laser over here, and we're gonna connect it to there from flying all the way over here, like so. First we were there, and now we are here. This is riveting commentary. And at last we reach a bit of an interesting little spot. It has a giant stone structure, and it has a whole bunch of little tombstone, gravestone thingies. What is the word for these? Like, they're sort of like poems on gravestones, except these were written by the people who sacrificed themselves. I guess this is sort of like the messenger wall, where people talk about how they're sacrificing their lives so that way they can assist other messenger people in the future, so that way those messenger people can help those other messenger people to inform the one idiot running around trying to solve puzzles, hey, this is the solution, go do it right now because you've been standing there for the past 50 minutes not getting anything done. But you could read those if you so desire. But we have something more important to focus on, which is the stone structure. It's actually kind of like a little gravestone-ish thing, kind of like a coffin. And we have another robot, which is one of the rare times where we get to see another robot in this game. It's Uriel 4! We're gonna be playing as that guy in the Talos Principle DLC, Road to Gehenna. And that's gonna be fun. So we get to see him in action right now, because he is gold. Or bronze. I guess he's sort of more bronze than he is gold. But anyway, once you release a messenger, they will disappear into the stratosphere of coding, and they will leave behind a QR code, which lets you know, we're available now. We will help you solve puzzles if you are stuck. And if you like playing tourist for a little bit of time, you can also check out the areas of which these messengers are hiding at. There typically isn't very much around them. It's just kind of something pretty you can look at if you enjoy looking at things in this game. And you know, why not? I mean, the Messenger Islands, as I said before, probably my favorite spots in the entire game. So, it doesn't hurt to get little views like this once in a while. Oh yes, very nice. However, we do have 2 more messengers to free, so we are going to do just that. But not before we get one Easter egg which happens to be in this world, and it's sort of easy to miss, it's sort of difficult to get if you like sprinting. This is one of the few Easter eggs involved with parkour where you kind of have to take your time with the parkour as opposed to just sprinting, because it really has to do with collision detection, unfortunately. The thing about Crow Team's games lately with a lot of their engines is that sometimes if you just run right into a slope, you'll get propelled right across the map after hitting that slope in an awkward angle, and that can also be caused by sprinting in this game, so don't do that. But if you shimmy around this way and do some very patient parkour, you can find the infinite monkey theorem sitting in a cage. It's a neat little Easter egg. It's also really noisy around here, so I'm going to jump right into the horizon, right into the skybox, and then we are going to leave this place. Right then. So, we are finished with that Messenger Island, and unfortunately I've lost my axe, which I remember specifically leaving here the previous time before I entered. So we are going to go back to World C to pick up the axe, and then I will be at World B to show you what the axe does, so I will see you then. Oh, by the way, there are a couple of QR codes over here which I forgot to read before, and I know I tried to read all these QR codes, but sometimes I miss them very easily.